I remember that.
Hey guys, welcome to another My Hero Academia manga chapter stream for Sundays. We're here with the new chapter, which is which one calls it? Something that I need to actually update the title for, actually, because I didn't fully complete that. But it still says
it's still not
She-Wreck.
Does it actually still say She-Wreck?
Yes, it does. My fault,
Did I
people.
tell you that's what he named? He calls She-Hulk now. He calls her She-Wreck.
She-Wreck. And I saw her face.
Yeah,
I'm a believer.
She-Wreck. He said, "I saw her face. Now I'm a believer."
Hit subscribe.
He take credit
Disney
for
Plus.
He loves it. Hit subscribe. Disney Plus. And then I saw that price.
I'm in love. Sheesh.
I'm in love. Sheesh.
Okay. What else did I need to do? Oh yeah, reading out loud. Just updating the tags here and there. No, okay, that works. I might have to change this up in the post, but all right, there we go.
Honestly, really hoping this first page of this chapter is the next cover for one of the volumes, because it's too fire to not be.
The first page as in the cover, or just like the actual first page of when we start reading?
The cover page.
Oh, gotcha.
The color page.
Oh, okay, got you.
Like I really hope this is a volume cover, because it's way too good to not be. You'll see what I mean.
All right, but the new chapter is 353. I'm here, as you could probably tell, with Mark. And Mark, there's something that we do before every new chapter. What would that be?
Recap episode.
Yes, it's the recap episode. Let's quickly dive into chapter 352 in a little bit. We get a little bit of a flashback last time with Todoroki. He's talking about how he's been developing his technique a little bit more so. Deku at the time was kind of like going as a loose cannon, so he didn't really know about a lot of that kind of stuff. But a lot of the class 1As just kind of joking around. Everyone just got changed and is starting to brush their teeth. It was just like a random night, but it was just to set the premise of what's happening, of how how Shota was going to deal with Dabi / Toya, and that is to pretty much use what was it, Flash Fire Fist Phosphor, right? Which is to, from my understanding, that is just the overall blanket term to implement all these different, like, really, like, cold fire techniques. If not just cold.
It's basically combining cold and fire.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it'd be like a 0 point kind of thing.
Okay. He uses all these different techniques. He calls them out: Icebound Crash, Cold Flames Pale Blade. There's one last one. Oh yeah, the Great Glacier Azure.
Yeah, the great Glacial Azure.
I was like, oh my god, dude.
Got some good names right here, though.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Yeah.
Azir. The last time I've ever heard Azir used is in reference to Norse mythology.
Hmm. And then,
which makes sense.
Oh god. Yeah.
I was like, which makes sense with ice.
Mm-hmm. They have the last page was actually the panel of the kids. It's interesting now because it really just goes back a couple years. They're both different in age, so it's just a younger like Toya with tears. They both got tears on their eyes because this just signs off as like the last thing. As we have,
yeah, they're both the big brother and little brother just trying to help each other.
Mm-hmm. And the shot of the what fire. And it's an incredible shot because it's like I don't think you can really get any colder than that.
No, it can't get any colder than that, because literally he probably froze everything within a 4 to 5 block radius.
So it's one of those techniques that's just, it's for the big battle. It's for a big battle. Everyone in that like spans needs to evacuate.
Either that or just hit the deck.
Oh my god. And wait for rescue. So, all right. In that case, we'll go ahead and get started with chapter 353. I got my iPad pulled out for this one because I was like, oh wait, I can just do that. Why haven't I done that? So here we go. I see the front cover. Answer is yes. Yes. That should 110% be the next cover. Especially like the way that the colors on Shoto's face, you could almost not even make out like the scar actually. It's almost like it's faded. It's almost poetic that way. Like
Right.
that like the scar within itself tealed.
Also, was I right? Is that first image not a manga cover worthy?
It's worthy because remember the cover for like Deku and All Might to I think it was just generally like one for all, like all for one. No, sorry, one for all. And if not, it was just for like the predecessor. I remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was super cool.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So let's get started with the first page right here. Bruh. So immediately right after that impact, we see like the whole like entire like 4 to 5 block radius just get iced, and now we get a shot of like both faces, Shoto and Dabi. You can barely make out like Dabi from like Shoto's like look perspective, um, but like with Dabi, like pupils are gone. It looks like he's about to get knocked out, or if not, is.
It
Um,
sure is.
Vernon's like on the ground with like a couple of the others just down on the ground as well. But she says like he's down. Dobby's down.
Shoto.
All the other heroes just kind of look out. I can't imagine how painful it must have been, but he pulled it off. The boy did it. As you can see, like the steam's coming out of like his what was his vest? Because good lord, we finally
Yep.
see.
Right. It's like the steam just.
Yeah, the boy did it. Shoto beat the blue flame. Anyway, follow in Shoto's footsteps. This big guy's the
Very
last
very
one
cool. Very
standing.
cool. Anyway.
Anyway, about all the spikes in the world and this giant Nomu with the gross. Yo, someone's up there like on its brain.
Someone literally just punched it in the brain.
Hey, look, that's smart. I get that. They're still at it. Overrun with everyone we got. We got the advantage in numbers. I will, Mark, if you're able to, I'll go ahead and leave that the next reading page for you.
All right. Just had to put something away. 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just getting gas. Just putting our card back in a purse.
Oh, gotcha.
All right. I'll go to the next page. Only because our block got the lucky draw back there. Think about it, Kunieta, or Gasly. It'd be totally a totally different story if we were dealing with charter escapees like them. Since we got so lucky, we got to spread some of that luck around, even the playing field. Then we see All Might with Tsukachi, and then like another policeman. The news from Camino Ward's Ground Zero reached Tsukachi's team in the command center. We see All Might looking kind of like sad, like or like I guess maybe they're sad or relieved, a little bit of both
A little
maybe.
bit of both.
You see, he's like Todoroki, kid. We see Tsukachi comforting All Might. It was a rocky start with Midoriya warping to the wrong spot, but this victory feels like a good omen. Spread the word, All Might. You want next page?
Nice.
You want to read this or should I?
It's a pretty big one. You can actually read this one. Since it's just a lot of
Jakku Hospital ruins outside Gigantomachia's detainment facility. They really did contain that man in a concrete bunker.
They had to. Has to be done.
Absolutely. All squads heard the good news. Sounds like Todoroki got the job done. We see Mina, Mineta, and Budman, and forget the other two at the moment.
Yeah, but we've seen them in their respective arc.
There's a huge battle going on between the heroes and villains, and is that the slime villain from episode 1?
Trying to take a look at that. It is. Yeah, it is slime villain.
I see you, Horikoshi. I see the references. And also, you're not ready for this next page.
Okay. All right. So, I'm starting off with Mountain Lady.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Mountain Lady says the way he's got his head in the clouds had me worried for nothing. I love that kid. It's true. I remember that.
Mountain Lady has gotten so much more serious.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great growth, especially since she showed up like in the first chapter slash episode too, where it really was her just for like the fandom and everything. And now without even having all eyes like on her as far as like us as viewers, she's already gone through changes as she's been working more and more in the professional like scene. So
Absolutely.
I kind of saw that the moment that she was assisting in the initial like fight with like All for One.
Yeah, that like big the big like fight in Camino
Yeah.
or in Camino. Bleh.
Let me see. Next little panel says like we had the sneak attack all set up. Why are they here ready for us?
Well, here it comes.
Oh my god. It was all a ruse on their part, pretending to be scattered without unity. But they've had several dozen heroes stationed here, prepared to go on the defensive. They must have foreseen that our detached force would try to steal their powerhouse during the operation. However, and I don't remember this guy. He is Mark. Who is this person actually? Do we know?
I didn't recognize him too much either, but we're about to find out.
Okay. However, they squander their resources. The era of liberation is at hand. These purveyors of falsehoods will be crushed beneath our boots, just like that UA teacher.
You monster.
Oh, fuck.
That's the fucker who did it.
My god, dude. And I see like a little shot of Mina, so it's like it's gonna connect. Next page. Mina
Mina
like
just turns like you. Oh, she's like, oh, you bitch.
Mina turns, but here comes Red Riot. Sorry I'm late. Red! Escort mission is ready, Pinky. Let's do this, people.
Look at they're both colors.
Hmm. That's funny, and it's making me see a little bit more connections here and there. Our own Todoroki showed everyone what a dude he is. Of course he would say that.
Dude,
We gotta stay strong and hold this defensive line.
I feel like they should have just kept the translation as like man, what a man he is.
When a man, I mean, I
Because
would.
that's usually Kirishima's thing is manliness.
I think they're interchangeable here. So
I guess it's
it was. I guess it may have just been like a choice in translation.
Probably.
But okay, Mark, go ahead.
All right, we look, and we're at the National Takoba Arena, which I believe this is supposed to be like some kind of like a baseball stadium of some kind.
Bruh.
And then we see Sugar Rush. We'll have to celebrate. We'll have to celebrate his win when the battle's over. We see our martial arts tail boy. See, I remember people saying he'd be outmatched. We see Stero just dun. I don't know if I like that.
I don't know if I like that either. Maybe I hope that he's just being focused about the situation, but that leads some. That I don't know. We'll see.
Then we see up in the sky, UA main building.
Up in the
Where they have-
sky.
You still see all the fingers.
Oh no! Yeah, the fingers.
Then we see Bakugo smiling. Didn't expect any less from you, Todoroki.
Oh my god.
Todoroki. Bakugo giving him credit.
I mean, it's not first name or anything, but like he's actually given the name.
Big fact. Should I continue reading, or you want to take this?
You can continue reading on this one.
All right, and we see all these we see a lot of these flowers surrounding Fat Gum and Aoyama.
Okay.
And we see, considering this matchup, it's clear that the priority with those cages was splitting up only the fighters, the primary fighters on our side. As for dealing with us, Drake, you plan to improvise on the spot once in battle. On what basis, though? Trust? Hope, perhaps? Such things invisible to the eye. Coat this planet's like an oppressive membrane. As we see this dude, who, yeah, he got major creepy vibes.
Yeah. I just wanted to like stop for like just a brief moment and just say that like this character doesn't look like a My Hero Academia character. Just there's some, well actually you know what? Scratch that. Those pants hit different.
Those pants.
Those pants hit different. Otherwise I would look at it as like this looks pretty dark. Like I don't even know like where this character would
I
be
don't know,
from
but we've
otherwise.
seen some dark. We've seen some dark shit in My Hero. Let's be honest.
I mean yeah, but like the theming for this character seems like it belongs almost as like one of the Shimigamis from like Death Note.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, let me see. Okay, let me read this part then with Fat Gum. Fat Gum actually, he's wow, dude. So we didn't really get to describe it, but right now it's Fat Gum and Aoyama fighting against this dude or dudette. Actually, I'm just gonna keep it neutral here. Um, I saw it as like this dude or yeah, dude as neutral.
What? Whatever the fuck they are.
They got this weird field of like black flowers rising up. Looks pretty tall, like taller, possibly taller than the building or the parking garage, like right next to it. But it actually looks like these are ingrowns like on Fat Gum. And I was like, oh my god, what's going on? What are you, some kind of alien? He says. And what does he actually say? Like quick aside, this planet, you say? This is about.
Yeah.
This is they're saying right here. This is about empirical utility and harm. None of those who've deceived in the past have survived for long. Exceptions will not be tolerated
And he's
because.
talking about Aoyama betraying all one for all.
Oh well, yeah, that's gonna hit different because of the dictator's failure. My turn never came around, but now I can demonstrate my utility to All for One as one of his assassins. This is Tartarus escapee Kunida.
Yeah, so he's one of the ones the guy at the beginning of the chapter mentioned. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Got you. And the dregs I mentioned, we're all we'll all be coming after you unceasingly. Yuga Aoyama. The bats of Aesop?
I want to say Aesop or Aesop, something like that.
What does that mean? But anyway, Aoyama says merci.
Google afterwards.
Yeah, yeah. Google another time.
Merci.
All right, so real quick, we got this page.
Oh, I forgot about this.
My God, dude. And we got present Mike on the top panel. He's like, Shoto Todoroki. Oh, sorry. Shoto took Dabi down. I almost took it as Todoroki.
Shoto took Dabi down.
Oh my God. Why do I always blank on his name? Both hero name and the first name.
Well,
Shoji.
I think his name is Shoji.
Shoji.
Yeah,
okay.
Shoji.
I just gotta think about what Shikamaru plays.
But Shikamaru plays.
Plays Shoji. It was a cruel duty placed on him, but he stood tall and faced it anyway, says Shoji. He's grabbing one of the other dudes as my God, we have. I thought this was just a perspective thing, but no, that's Spinner. But he's like,
I told you he seemed very, very different.
He's like supersized me Spinner.
I told you the last time we saw him, I'm like, is he okay?
But Spinner's like, Dabi lost? No chance in hell. This has got to be some information warfare. Yeah, that's what it is. I'll take this last page as it's a shot of the past just recently where Dabi took his leave. He was saying, like I need any of that crap. He always had everything, a reason to live on, a goal.
Don't do it.
Power too. Things that I lacked.
No.
Shadowy figure reaches out. Shadowy figure reaches out, pretty much like caresses like the entire mouth of Spinner.
No,
probably the pass
anything.
Probably the pass down of power, right? His convictions, everything. Could never fail him, right? All right,
This
next
man's like
page.
this man looks like a freaking Dark Souls boss. He went from
Oh
Ninja Turtle to Dark Souls boss.
my god, dude. I mean, I it could have happened to anybody.
And we continue on here, and we see him with his sword pointing out, ordering all the other mutants. Like, he says, with his spinner talking, they
Mhm.
locked up Kurogiri, but we're taking him back in order to destroy the status quo. For Shigaraki's sake, for our sake, to demolish the system that oppressed us. Then we see Shoji in his mask looking all cool. He says, Todoroki, I'm so proud I made it into your class.
Hell yeah.
Then we go back to the city where we see still everything frozen. We see that Ida has made his way there. It's cool to see him without the top half of his helmet, but still have the bottom part on.
That's actually kind of dope.
Mm-hmm. Then we see him over there looking at Todoroki. Todoroki's looking at him like, hey, like he's not saying that, but he's got that look of like, and he says, your engine stalled, right? Sorry.
it's,
And then Ida says,
it's a little cold, isn't
you have
it?
nothing. As he puts his arm around Shoto, he says, you have nothing to apologize for.
I feel that.
And you hear them say, like, how is he still alive in this state as this other hero is holding Dabi?
My god, dude.
We go on to the next page. You want to take it?
Oh, yes, please. I was just kind of like observing, like they're zooming in on Dobby's chest.
Let's
Um,
read.
there's something going on there, but we don't know what it is.
Iron Man?
Like, there's something that's like constantly like going there. They are the way that they illustrate it is kind of like a low like like a low like vibration is what they're trying to get to, and I think it could have been one of those things where they could have implanted something in his heart to keep him going. We'll investigate that later on for sure. And of course, for narration's sakes, word reached here too. The Gunga Mountain Villa ruins. Damn, we get a shot of Endeavor. He just received the news. Not like you see a bit of expression on his face, but there's no tears, there's no happiness or sad. Well, maybe sadness, like a solemn feeling, like it ended. He wasn't there to see it though. As All For One takes note of this face expression. What's that face imply? Affection? Grief? Fox is over here. Here it comes. Don't listen. Don't pay him any mind, Endeavor.
You see, he also noticed that he's got the suit jacket off, sleeves rolled up.
I do see. I do see the sleeves rolled up. He's serious about this. This is still All For One speaking here. You refuse to take a good look at Toya, foisting the task onto little Shoto instead. That must have been your decision, right? And you justify that choice by being here. Heroes just have so much to protect, right? Here comes the mind games. This is why you lose. Number one.
As you just see a finger, like
all for fingers now.
they each have all five of his fingers each have a different power.
That's messed. How are they gonna deal with this? I guess we'll find out in the next chapter. That's crazy, dude. Like we see the gross arm like on his like I think his right pinky.
Yeah, we see like I think it's on his thumb. We see what looks like it just looks like it's melting. Then we see we see his ring finger. But it's an index finger. I bet his index finger. It's got an actual little thing, kind of like a little face coming out of it. It's like
That's so gross, dude.
Then on his middle finger, it's like claws, or like little crescent movements with that.
Still it seems.
Then we have I think that's his ring finger, the fire on the tip of it.
Yeah,
Then
I
the
see that.
pinky finger appears to have like the spikes that we're familiar with from the fight with All Might.
Gross for one.
Gross for one.
Ugh. What's also like I mean, it's not as gross as like index finger. I see that. That looks gross because his finger like splits open and in comes like an undescribed like gross thing that like protrudes out, but you see a mouth at the end. You're like, uh, uh, uh. Anyway, and I just imagine
The one where it's just a little face coming out of it is so gross.
it's gross. But you know what? Out of all of those, at the very least, I can just look at the thumb and be like, huh, look, smell the chocolate.
It does look like that.
Well, you look like melted ice cream.
You look It's still my favorite roast in that entire movie. Just say, how do I look? You look like melted ice cream.
You look
It's
like
just
melted ice cream.
you can ask my fiance. I was rocking back in my fourth for a good 5 minutes. I was
I
dying.
love a quick aside. I loved how Tony just kind of like followed up with like, out of the way, Lebowski.
I'm the way Lebowski. Just like, damn, ruthless.
I guess it makes sense, and he's just got the insults ready for everyone.
Do you do you know what runs through my veins? Cheese whiz.
Cheese whiz. Thunder.
He just looks at him, looks back. Thunder.
Cheese whiz.
Cheese whiz.
Oh my god.
You
But
know the writers had a fun time with that scene.
okay, so according to Viz, the next chapter is like within another week, so that is good. They're keeping it consistent. By looks of things, it appears that we'll have the All for One fight, the original body All for One fight, and it only seems like Hawks and Endeavor are gonna be like really mainly participating in that one. But
Yep, I will say this though. I've been calling these pretty well recently.
hmm,
In terms of remember, like we went to after, as soon as Izuku left, like you were, it ended at that chapter. I was like, so where do you think we're going to go next? I said that I think it'll probably go to Dabi and Johto. Where to go? It's Dabi and Johto. Afterwards, I said, where do you? Afterwards, you said, okay, where do you think it'll go now? I said, I think it'll go to Gunga Mountain.
I I mean, yeah, it's because of the fact that like Deku has to have all that time between like where he was to going like manually all the way over to UA. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like I knew that they would have to have like some in betweens here where it was like one Deku just like having some thoughts as he's rushing over, but in the midst of that, there's all these fights happening. So I'm glad that we were able to
Mm-hmm.
resolve one of those pretty briefly. Um, and what a way to end it too. With
And like, I guess like I said, I thought it would either go to Gunga Mountain or to one of the other fights. And technically, that was all right because they did kind of show around everything.
Mhm.
But I mean,
um,
yeah, like I did have a feeling that it would probably focus on the what the all for one fight next.
yeah, I'm trying
And
to.
this is,
Oh, sorry, go
I
ahead.
mean, because I was going to say that because I mean, Endeavor, he's got the firepower to put him down. It's just the fact of the regeneration,
Hmm.
and but it's also going to be Hawks versus Hawks as well. So it's a combination of Hawks and Endeavor, and there's also other heroes there too. Remember, there's Edge Shots there too.
Oh yes, I do remember that. Right now, though, just based on like the overall spread background, it really just shows those three up in the skies. Everyone else is down the ground fighting.
And plus, I'm trying to think who else, because there is another person we haven't seen.
Um,
There is Mirio.
well, right, Mirio.
Yeah, I
So
would love to see Mirio. I'd love to see Mirio just break all for one all his helmet with his fucking fist.
I would love for him to just like completely sweep.
It's like all the other villains just start trying to get in on the fight with all for one. You see Mirio just come in, power.
Honestly, his return was the greatest thing because he
It
literally
was
just
so
pops
hype.
up like from the ground.
How? Wow.
So I actually, well, there's the sheer fact that Nejire is actually in the UA fight. So I usually like akin both like her and what was it, Amajiki with Mirio. So wherever they are, I feel
Yeah.
like he would be quick to follow.
Well, we know where both of them are.
Where
Like they're
was
both
yeah
they're both over with Shigaraki.
all of oh yeah you're right. Yeah, you're right. I do remember
Yeah,
that. I remember like, oh,
it,
right, best genius. Hell yeah.
it's oh yeah, but hell yeah,
Right, hell yeah.
yeah. Nejire's there
With
along with
Bakugo, best genius.
Dog.
There was another one. I think that was Edshot, right? Yeah.
But,
So,
but yeah, like he's there with Amajiki and Best Genius is there, Bakugo's there.
mhm.
I think there might have been like one or two other people there. Like I forget where Kamui Woods is though.
Yeah. I could swear I saw like a shot of him somewhere.
I think he might be a Gunga Mountain.
Maybe.
If he's not a Gunga Mountain, he's definitely with Lady.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same way. Okay. I'm actually just looking at all the different areas because they talked about Jakku's hospital. There's a whole fight going on over there. Um, I'm not. Is that the same place that's with Mina and Kirishima? Kind of looks like
Yeah,
it.
they're over in I think they're over in they said where they were. Let me just check real quick. They said where they were. I want to make sure I'm right on
Okay.
that.
And then while we're at it, there's also like the
Yeah, they're over at Jakku,
okay. And then there's the
like the
one
hospital ruins.
right, and I'm gonna assume that one of the areas where they like the one with Aoyama and Fat Gum is actually the place where they had the portal set up in the first place, but
Hmm.
some of them they actually didn't like get through. So I guess they're just cleaning up shop over here.
Yeah, I assume that like the only ones there are Fat Gum and Aoyama.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, no, there aren't. You're right. I look and I see a few more heroes like in the middle of all of that.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, yeah, I do see that.
Is one of them impaled on one of the flood? Jesus Christ!
Like I'm assuming that a lot of them have been, and but it's not like from the ground. Well, actually, no, you're right.
No, that
you're
guy
now you're right.
under the considering this matchup, that dude straight up shish kebab.
Yeah, you can, that guy's a no go right now. Like right now, Fat Gum's got the least of it. I'm
He's
really
got a couple on his shoulder.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Aoyama fight here, but
No, just give those flowers the laser treatment.
mhm. And do we know what's happening? Like where the fight's taking place with Spinner?
I think it's in. Let me check.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Over with show. It's over with President Mike. I
Right.
think the word present. We see the buildings in the back.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna assume this is. I'm just gonna assume this is some. Oh wait, I remember now because they're talking about going to get Kurigiri, so they must be
Like in
somewhere around.
like close to UA,
Hmm.
like another facility that's not up in the sky. But okay, so those are locations, and of course we already know about the resort. Or
That's
yeah,
where that's where
that's where Toga
that,
is at
yeah,
right now.
along with Uraraka and Suyu and Gang Orca.
Yes, and that's pretty much all the setups so far. So what they could do like for the later chapters is really just kind of focus on all the unfinished ones, and then Deku arrives at the final battle. They could also sprinkle that like in between because it is all like a parallel running thing. So we'll see how that goes. And each win or possible loss will will weigh in on the final outcome, the final battle. Like if
Hmm.
like for example, if Kurogiri gets taken back and they make him conscious to use his powers, they can send all forces to either places or worse. Well, actually, it'd probably be worse for them is to go where all for Shiggy's at, because that's festering with fingers, and they don't want to touch any of that.
Could you imagine? You just see they go to get Kurogiri. They think they've got him. They just see Kurogiri's clothes on the ground. Next
Hmm.
thing you know, you just see a cloud burst by the villains. Loud cloud.
Which one's that?
It's Shirakumo's quirk.
Oh my, like I don't think they can do that quite yet. They can't do that
Could you
under these
could you
circumstances.
imagine? Could you imagine he just flies out on he just flies out on his cloud holding Airy or something?
Yeah, I wonder they've definitely done a good job not even like mentioning Airy. Like Airy doesn't even exist right now. They did say
Either
it would
that or I
take her
feel
a
like
while to regain all of that back. So the best she could possibly
Mhm.
do is just get that conscious working again. Maybe.
Yeah, at least put Shirakumo back in control.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know how that's gonna work because that body is just gross at this point. So I don't like the best that she would be able to do is like the very best that she could do is to revert it back to before his death, which makes him a little child. But or
I mean,
just
he'd,
UA
he'd be what?
like as a high
He'd be like
school,
what?
yeah.
16?
Yeah.
He'd be like 16.
Yeah. But that is if Eri has all of her powers like back. But she needs to do
There's
the
that,
recharge.
and we might get an unlikely assist from a certain former enemy
Oh?
because hey, Izuku said he'd take him to go see the boss.
That's true, yeah. That'd be interesting to see like some more of the rogues like fight in here.
Like just see like Overhaul come in and fight for the hero's side.
That'd be nuts. I mean, they'd still have to like it'd just be one of those awkward things where it's just like, all right, if you're here, all right, help us. If you go against us, I hope not.
Like I imagine if Izuku helped him go see the boss, I feel like Overhaul would at least do him a favor.
Maybe it'd just be a really weird dynamic. Like Overhaul would be able to fight, sure, but he would not want to like fight with anyone close to him.
True, but dude, he would clean house, that's for sure.
He would. He'd make it really easy to fight back. Oh wait,
Like he's got
actually,
a
you know what?
very powerful quirk.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what? Um, it's been a while. I already forgot her name at this point, but um, if she were to return and snipe some dudes out, that'd be great.
Oh, oh Nagant.
Nagan, yes, thank you. Actually, you know we like. Oh my god, there's a lot of other characters that can come back. Ugh.
Yeah, there's a lot that could come up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, if they wanted to, they
Bring
could bring in
Majestic.
Melissa.
Bring Majestic back.
Majestic did.
Wait, oh, not Majestic. Shit, not Majestic. The other dude that's like well dressed.
Mm,
Um,
trying to think who you're talking about.
School festival. Not sports
Oh,
festival.
Gentle.
Gentle. Yeah. Thank
He
you.
honestly would be on the hero's side during this.
Yes.
Did he go to Tartarus?
Not Tartarus. No. Last time we saw them, like it was a bit of like a dicey little bit of conversation going on there. We had no idea like what they would plan on doing, but it looked like there could have been a hint at redemption, but he would have to pay his time.
Like, I mean, they definitely might make an exception if he's willing to help.
Yeah, just
He's always wanted an opportunity to be a hero.
go the Sasuke route. Just like pitch in for this fight, and then you'll be pardoned based on anyone like in the current standing of power.
Yep, you'll be pardoned if you do. You'll be pardoned if you do a good enough job.
Mm-hmm. Something like that.
But
And
there's him. Mm, there's Rudy.
who's Rudy?
Yeah. Oh, Rhodey. My bad, but
Oh,
Rhodey.
Wait, are we talking Rhodey from the movie?
I mean, if we're being fair,
I mean, I'm all for like bringing the movie like canons in there, but and granted, we technically had one like participate just a little bit, but just with the armbands for a little bit, but
so
uh,
absolutely Melissa could come in.
yeah, they could actually have like Melissa like jump in, but it'd be interesting how they
Avengers
broke Rhodey in
assemble.
there, and there's not really much Rhodey could really do on his part except for maybe Bob and Weave.
Hey, they could bring the vigilantes in.
I don't know too much about like where they're at this current time.
Like
So,
they're like about to end. Like next chapter comes out.
oh, okay. So whatever the conclusion is, we'll be able to like you can tie it into like the main stuff here. So that'd be really cool. It's just that like obviously like now that world's story is a canon, so for them to tie it into like the main stuff of the universe of My Hero, that'd be interesting to see. But of course, I'd like to see how that wraps up to know where they're all at. Like if they just had, if they're just like chilling out as like civilians, and it's just like one of these favors that like Aizawa had to like call in for, then I see it. But it like as far as like anyone who's dead, anyone who just is out of commission for some reason, anyone who lost a quirk maybe along the way, I wouldn't really know personally.
Count someone losing a quirk as being out.
Sasuke, I maybe out of chakra, but I ain't out of options.
Oh, because that's quite literally like Knuckle Duster in Vigilante. He's like he doesn't have
He
a
doesn't
quirk,
have
but
a
that
quirk.
man's still whooping ass,
He just beats the hell out of people. Now talk. Uh,
and he's extremely strong.
all right. I mean, like if he's still in the game, then he can still be in the game. Everyone else though is we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, I personally have to like read up on vigilantes again, but
Good, good.
I think that's everything at this point. All I can do is just like um just pick at like possible like outcomes that will follow. Oh, I did want to say this before I forget. I feel like with the fight of with All for One, Endeavor will actually have to go through a change himself. Not emotionally per se, but just like how he utilizes his quirk. Because I mean we just saw like like Shoto go beyond his like his limits. All puns intended. So how will Endeavor, given the fact that he doesn't have a way to balance off the intense heat. Like he has Hawks, but you know what happens at the end of that fight, right? Hawks wasn't able to do much after the fact because he literally burned up all those feathers.
Yeah, he had to wait for them all to grow back.
Mm-hmm. So they can go that route again, but I feel like Endeavor needs to do something more, something that he may have as a last resort, if not just reinvent himself. Because I think that would be very poetic too, in the sense that like Endeavor had sown the seeds almost in a legitimate manner with just having like Shoto as a child to reach that level where they could they can win without having to deal with the drawbacks. But Endeavor has to fight All for One, like the ultimate evil, essentially,
The
like
drawback.
without like that idea in his head to pass it on. He just has to face this himself. So I would love it if Endeavor somehow like reinvented himself so that like he never had to go down that path of like, okay, the next number one, not me, the next number one that can supersede All Might.
Yeah.
Like if he had it in him like this entire time. So
Man's about to go supernova.
bruh. It's interesting because now like we've had that fight with like Toya and Shoto. They are essentially the extremes of Endeavor's dreams and ideals. So how will Endeavor one up that like in his own right for the viewers? That's gonna be an interesting question to
I mean,
see
we all know
answered.
Endeavor's powerful. He's no slouch.
Yeah, he's no slouch, but
He almost won against Shigaraki the first time.
it's true. He did like All for One had to stop there real quick. He was like, you have to pull back because otherwise you're gonna get singed permanently.
He's like, yo, you are going to lose. You need to stop.
So we'll see because unfortunately, Endeavor like against this All for One couldn't really do much. Honestly, he was kind of like sidelined. Granted, because it was for All Might's like spotlight,
It was his
just because
moment.
of how it was written. So it's gonna be interesting to see like how he could possibly fight against All for One here. The guy with many quirks, as you can see, all for fingers. It's always the fingers.
Oh god, the fingers.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to say. Mark, were there any remarks you want to add before we call? Actually,
No, I'm pretty sure that I think I said everything I needed to say.
hmm. Oh, actually, one quick thing. I am looking at the panels like with Kunieda, the TARDIS escapee with all the roses. Of all the places that all the flame users had to go, and it was not there. but
I
but fine. But all right, we'll go ahead and call it here.